On round 3 and 4 and 11 and 12, you have edge stitches. And what the edge stitches do is they change the color of the cable when it reaches the edge. So you'll see edge 1 at the start of a motif and edge 2 at the end of the motif. We do this to maintain the color sequence. You'll see 2 cables of one color, then 2 cables of another, then 2 cables of the first color, then 2 cables of another. We see the same for cables going in the other direction. 2 of one color, 2 of another, 2 of the first color, 2 of another. For edge 1, or the beginning edge, the color changes are the same for all the sizes. For edge 2 at the end of the motif, the color changes are different for the medium size than they are for the small and large size. Please refer to the edge index table in your pattern for the correct color. For each 16 round repeat, 2 scallops are formed at the edge of the motif. These 2 scallops were worked on the first vertical repeat. Because this is an odd numbered repeat, the color that it will change to can be read from this row of the table. Likewise, for the next 2 scallops, which are worked on an even numbered repeat, the color it will change to is given on this row of the table. You'll see the edge 1 stitch is on rounds 3 and 4 and also on rounds 11 and 12. If the new color of the cable is in your MC marl, you'll work it on rounds 3 and 11, otherwise you'll slip it. Likewise, if the new color of the cable is in the CC marl, you'll work it on rounds 4 and 12, otherwise you'll slip it. I'm working round 3 of the woven motif. I'm starting the woven motif after the stitch marker. The first 2 stitches on this round are design elements. When I look on the edge index, it says that the color should change to CC2. Round 3 is worked with the MC marl, so CC2 will not be in the MC marl. That means I'm going to slip those first 2 stitches. And then I'm going to purl 2 stitches, and then I'm going to work a C2B2. I'm going to take the first 2 stitches and slip them on a cable needle and hold them in back. That's what the B stands for in C2B2. I look at the first 2 stitches on my left needle. They are in my current marl. My marl is in back, and I'm going to knit them both with the color of that stitch. And then I look at the 2 stitches on my cable needle. They're in pink, which is also a color in my current marl, so I'm also going to knit those through the back loop. I purl 2 stitches, and now I'm going to work a C2F2. I put 2 stitches on my cable needle and hold them in front. That's what the F stands for in C2F2. My marl is in the back, and I look at the first 2 stitches on my left needle. They're in orange. Orange is not a color that's in my current marl, so I'm going to slip them purlwise with my marl in back. And now I look at the stitches on my cable needle. They're in pink. Pink is in my current marl, so I'm going to knit those through the back loop. I purl 2. And then I continue alternating between C2B2 and C2F2. I'm nearing the end of round here. I'm going to work one more C2B2. I purl 2, and then I come to the edge 2 stitches. I'm working the size medium. I'm on the first repeat, so that's an odd repeat. This stitch should change to MC1. MC1 is my purple yarn, so both those stitches will change from brown to purple. I knit both those stitches with the purple yarn. I'm just starting the woven motif on round 4. I'm working the first repeat, that's an odd repeat. I look at my edge index table. The edge 1 stitches should change to CC2. I'm currently working the CC marl. CC2 is in the current marl. Mine is brown, so that means I knit both of these stitches with brown. I work this round like I do all the even number rounds. And now I'm at the edge 2 stitches at the end of round. For an odd numbered repeat in size medium, Edge 2 is MC1. We had already changed those stitches to MC1 on the previous round, and MC1 is not in the current marl, so I'm going to slip those purlwise with my marl in back.